Hi, you guys. I am so sorry I cannot be live this week to preview the week that we are going through. But I do a little seminar on a little recording and then uploading that. And then if you have further questions, please make sure you reach out and do me some texting. I'm here. Let me share the screen. So this week we're going to tackle some muscle stuff. Let's see what happens here with the screen sharing. Just a second, it's a little slow here. Okay. Let me situate here. Oops, I'm sorry. I wasn't quite fully prepared for that, but it's coming. The Wi-Fi is a little slow today. All right, so here we go. So when we look at where we are here in week 6, I believe we're getting to. We do that. We're looking at, we tackled the appendicular skeleton. I'm still needing to grade on that. Sorry, I've been a little slow preparing for the weeks, and then grading is going to come showing up tomorrow, maybe later today if I'm lucky. But then this week, I want you guys to start working on the muscle physiology, how muscle works, and the axial musculature. And so we have first, of course, again, an integration session of the previous week. If you want to have your questions worked through in a class setting with other students. And then we have questions, and then you watch videos with the booklets, of course. And then we have questions on physiology, on muscle physiology. That's the first big chapter, the first part of book 3. And then afterwards, we go into the trunk muscles right away, and then following also this week. And I'm putting them together a little bit, even though, you know, if you're a little slow with, or if you don't do all at once, that's totally fine. But I've given you a double chapter this week. And then next week, we only have one chapter before we then get to the test. So you have a little time to integrate the information. So if you do this chapter, which is the upper extremity muscles, you know, partly through next week, that's completely fine. I'm not going to worry about that. But back up here, we have these integration questions, and then we have labeling and coloring. There's some questions to this where you have to pull the information from the booklets on muscle attachments and actions of muscles. And then lastly, we have the home office ergonomics. And I want you to there work through the health kit. That's a health kit thing where you have a pamphlet in your material. Here we go. Home office ergonomic is actually another handout here. And then I have a little video that I did to merit school staff a year ago, almost more than a year ago now. Time goes fast. And so when you print it, when you have that in your materials, but you can also print it again, and you see there's an 8-page booklet that works its way through muscle function, and then makes its way through why posture is important. And then I want you to, with that, then answer questions that I've given you on a worksheet. Or actually that are on that analysis, the home office ergonomic analysis sheet, and answer those and analyze your work environment a little bit and talk a little bit about it to integrate the information that we're learning through that real life kind of exercise. So that's that. And then the following week or the next couple of weeks, we will have one more of these integration exercises besides the other things, and that's the injury prevention workshop. And that's where I pulled together tests that help analyze our musculoskeletal system in a way that we can see where we have weak spots that create a lot of the injuries that we get as humans. And so it's like a lot of it is like muscle strength of certain muscles, but also flexibility. So I want you to work through that. You do have that in your health kit also. I want you to work through that as you go through the weeks, as you learn these muscles. it's kind of good. You know, you study a little, then take a break, do a few of these physical things, and then maybe that will help you understand the material a little bit more. And then here you're going to have a worksheet that I want you to answer. It's a 2-pager questions. As you work through, as you answer, then and then upload that, and that gives you the credits. Good. So that's all I have for today. And make sure as you work your way through it, take advantage of the test reviews that we have, because that's ultimately how you're going to be tested for this material. And I want to make sure you see that we have a lot of videos here, 4 of them. Well, they're not that long, but they go through all the points that are on the term lists, on the term list 1. And here's the term list 1 again. And the term list 1 is the one that is used for the test. So no other term are going to be on that second test. So make sure you're aware of that, especially if it gets overwhelmed. And also what I have here, I have laid behind pictures of the models that I do the test on. So this is actually potentially great to print out or have it online, but find as many terms as you can on those images. They're not all there. All the models are imaged, but not all the angles are imaged, because that was right at COVID when I had to go to school to just do these tests virtually. And so I just have these pictures that I took of the models without labels on it. But see there, these are the things we use. And so you can print those or just, you know, visualize where these things are that are on the term list. And that will prepare you well for the test, because you have to basically label structures that I point out to you on the test. And so it's really that same format. All right, good. So with that, I don't have much more to say, except make sure you reach out if you have questions or if something's unclear. Thank you so much, and sorry again that I wasn't able to be this week with you personally, but next week we'll be back in live. Take care.